For any Xbox or PlayStation codes or cheap games on any platform, use the referral link in the description. It'll take you to g2a.com. Use the promo code CHES over there and you'll get yourself 3% cash back. Also, I've got a new merchandise store, hats, hoodies and new tee designs, all available right now on the link in the description. Hey guys, welcome to episode number 23 of the Everton Career Mode here on FIFA 17. We start with the game at home against Burnley. We also start with some good news if I go to my inbox. Enner Valencia is on his way back from injury, so we aren't solely relying anymore on Stefan Jovetic. He will be able to start here against Burnley. We have 6 games to go in the Premier League. We'll be playing 3 today and 3 tomorrow. Burnley first, and we get a 2-week break before the game against Chelsea, and then Swansea at the end of the episode, and then we'll have West Ham, Watford and Arsenal tomorrow. But the first game is Burnley, and Burnley actually are needing to score some points. If I look down the bottom of the table, I might be in the way actually. If I remember in editing, I'll move myself. If I don't, I apologise. I'll tell you, Burnley are on 27 points, as are Leicester. Burnley are on minus 19 goal difference. Leicester City on minus 15. West Brom are on 28 points and just above the relegation zone, but with worse goal difference of minus 22. So if Burnley can even just get a draw against me, providing West Brom lose, they'll go out of the relegation zone, providing obviously, of course, that Leicester lose too. Southampton are bottom of the Premier League. Southampton are bottom. After 32 games, they've lost 18 and have 24 points. 4 points from safety with 6 games to go. So Southampton, one of the best young teams in the league, and Leicester City, last year's champions, looking like they might get relegated to the Championship. It's been a topsy-turvy year here in this first year at Everton, but hopefully we can end strong, and we will try and do exactly that today. Drop the video a like if you enjoy. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on anything else. There's going to be, of course, the Journey episode later on this evening, but without any further ado, for now, we're going to jump into this game against Burnley. Barkley into Seamus Coleman. Dale Lefeu wants to get in behind, so we'll play him in. And in behind, he almost was there. I'll look for Jovetic, though. Oh, it's a shit ball. I've got a free kick, though, have I? The trip on Jovetic has been penalised. Okay, this is a great position to try and score from. Now, who do we take the free kick with? It's got to be James Ward-Prowse, surely. Let's see if we can bury this in the back of the net. And no, I cannot. It's Andre Gray looking to get around the outside of me. He's done very... Oh, I thought that was going to be a penalty. He did very well there, and I panicked. The foot went in from Funes Mori, and that was a foul as far as I could make out, but thankfully the referee decided that it wasn't. I'm going to draw the defender one way, play it the other to James Ward-Prowse, but Scott Arfield has the pace to be able to get around the outside of him and win the ball back. And Mvogo in goal. Did he say... I've got some sort of vague memory of Mvogo saving a penalty against me for the last time we played Burnley. I might be completely wrong, but I think that's what happened. I genuinely can't remember. I just had some sort of mini flashback there as soon as I saw Mvogo's name. Never mind. We had a chance at one end with a free kick and missed, and they almost had the chance for a penalty, but thankfully the referee decided not to give it. Corner for Burnley. George Boyd to stand it up into the middle. Not sure where he's going to put it. Straight to the edge of the box to Kevin Morales is the answer, but Andre Gray picks up on it, and he will drill it wide of the post. I was waiting for that to nestle in the bottom corner. Thankfully, Andre Gray's finishing on his left foot is not as good as it is on his right. Otherwise, we may have found ourselves actually trailing. But thankfully, Seamus Coleman got nothing on it as well at the near post, so it's going to be a goal kick. Ashley Barnes out to Scott Arfield. Down the line to Stephen Ward. And it's a good cross, and Ashley Barnes did get there. That's a goal kick, thankfully. But Sergio Rico hesitated slightly as the ball came in. And thankfully, it bounced off Ashley Barnes and went out for a goal kick. That was awkward there. Burnley have really started to cause me some problems in the last 10 in-game minutes. Oviedo to Morales. We'll look for Jovetic. Support will hopefully arrive. And I'll poke it through there to Ross Barkley, who could maybe return the favour. Jovetic making a half-decent run, and we'll find him. And the shot... Well, I was trying to pull that towards the far post. Instead, somehow, whilst running that way, he's gotten the angle on the shot to actually put it out for a throw-in. Not entirely too sure how Jovetic has done that. 0-0 as we head towards half-time. Morales with the throw. Ward-Prowse to McCarthy. Into Barkley. Looks for Jovetic. Can he have a better shot this time? Well, it was better, but it still wasn't good enough. 0-0 at the break. Defoe with the turn. Barkley bounces off him, and the ball's in behind here. Brian Oviedo coming across. In behind to Ashley Barnes. Ashley Williams, though, wins the physical battle. I'm going to look for Jovetic here. Okay, that's Delafeu. That wasn't Jovetic at all. Thanks, game. Never mind. Ward-Prowse get this to Barkley. I'm just going to try and play it around and find a little bit of space if I can. Work that ball through there. McCarthy's in, but Michael Keane comes across to make the tackle. They've been very hard to break down here, Burnley. Despite the fact that I'm actually playing some quite tidy interlinking passes, I still can't find a way through their backline. They've defended extremely well. Their offensive work hasn't exactly been terrible either, but they are somehow second bottom of the table, so they can't be that good, surely. Hopefully, at some point, their defensive wall will break down and we'll just be able to get ourselves a slim 1-0 margin of victory, because I think that's all we might need here to take the win. The Jovetic can't get past Michael Keane, though, again. Ward-Prowse, Idrissa, Iñaki Williams will get that out wide. Delafeu down the line, we'll drill it to him. Try and drop the shoulder on the defender's not really going to work in that situation, so we'll go to James Ward-Prowse. Idrissa's the furthest forward player right now, but I could poke that for Iñaki Williams, and surely this will be 1-0. It is. Iñaki Williams comes off the bench to score the opening goal of the game in the 78th minute. A nicely put together move. We've been putting moves like that together all game. It's just that they haven't yet been able to find a way through, but the extra pace of Iñaki Williams makes the difference. Everton 1, Burnley 0. Finally, our quality pays off and we're able to get ourselves in front. Should get 3 points now. Idrissa through the gap to Iñaki Williams. Drop the shoulder. Delafeu is arriving, but the pace of Iñaki Williams just proves to be too good for Burnley yet again. And the shot, he scored 2. He's come off the bench and scored 2 goals in 3 minutes. Iñaki Williams, you hero. I needed that. He's been absolutely brilliant since entering the field of play. I don't know what Michael Keane was doing there. Kind of went for me and then gave up. But turned inside, finished very nicely on his left foot. 2-0. Funes Mori through the gap. McCarthy to Idrissa. Can we get a third goal? I don't think we really deserve a third. Quite happy with the 2-0 though, but I think a third goal really would do Burnley a discredit because they've been extremely good in this game. But Iñaki Williams is on for a hat-trick here, and he very nearly got it. Oh, and can someone? No, nobody can get to that loose ball. Morales will play it back here to James Ward-Prowse. I'm tempted to go for a worldie from distance, but Idrissa will look for Iñaki Williams, and can he now get his hat-trick? No, and Bogo again with a good save. He's just been outstanding since coming on, Iñaki Williams, and I'll look for him again. Can we now get him a hat-trick? No, and Bogo again with a good save. I don't understand. Iñaki Williams hasn't been this good for me at all season. He's been half decent, but he's not been completely game-changing like this. Nobody's going to get on the end of that, and it's tamely to Mvogo, but that should be, or at least very close to, full time. There goes the final whistle. So a 2-0 win, thanks to Iñaki Williams' introduction off the bench. I'd try and say perfect management from me, but not really. It was just his pace was too much for the defence. Right, Arsenal win 2-1. So the gap at the top is still 6 points. 9 points. Get it right, Tez. Gap at the top is still 9 points with 15 points left available. The title is still there, but it's a very, very long stretch. We need Arsenal to drop a hell of a lot of points between now and the end of the season. I also need Alfie Hill to grow by a handful more with training. Mason Holgate's up 1 to 73 now, and Hill is getting there. He's almost 69 rated now. I think that's him up 6 ratings? We'll check, actually. We'll be able to check here. Where are you? Alfie, sorry. He's up 7, so he still needs to go up another 3. He needs to be 71 rated by the end of the season. That's definitely doable, though. We've got a 2-week break now, and then Chelsea. Rather understandably, Iñaki Williams starts in this next game against Chelsea. Axel Witsel is also back into the starting lineup ahead of James Ward-Prowse. Back from injury properly now, Axel Witsel, so delighted to put him in. And Lemos starts ahead of Funes Mori at the back alongside, of course, Ashley Williams. But I was just trying to figure out who Chelsea had in their starting lineup there. Saw Hazard and Diego Costa, of course. I'm not sure whether Jamie Vardy starts. I presume if Diego Costa's there, he doesn't, and he isn't. He's on the bench. Moses, Costa, Hazard is their front 3. Mikel, Matic and Oscar. Azpilicueta, David Luiz, Kurt Zouma, Branislav Ivanovic, Thibaut Courtois. Extremely strong Chelsea starting lineup here. This is not going to be easy at all. Barkley takes control, goes to shoot. That may actually just be a swing and miss. Let's have a closer look. Does Matic make contact with Barkley's right foot? I think he does, but it's more Barkley kicking Matic than Matic kicking Barkley. But he goes over, lands, bonk, right on the top of his head. You could understand if it was given as a penalty, but after seeing the replay closer, I can understand why it wasn't given as a penalty. Never mind, we'll just have to try and win one legitimately, or just put the ball into the back of the net without the help of a spot kick. To be fair, I'd probably miss the bloody penalty anyway, given my recent fall. Witsel into Deulofeu. Good turn, great turn. Can his pace, twist David Luiz the wrong way. It's going to drop to Axel Witsel. Wide of the post. We're on top here in the opening 10 minutes, but I'm not sure how long it will last. Barkley, Jovetic, nice turn. Witsel, space there for Williams. Jovetic did make a run, but not the right run at the right time. Barkley, we'll get it across here to Deulofeu, up against Azpilicueta. Iñaki Williams makes a great run though. Now can I get around the outside of Kurt Zouma? The answer is yes. Pull it back to Deulofeu, who, if it weren't for the wonderful reactions of Thibaut Courtois, would have given us a 1-0 lead. Corner to come in though from the Spaniard. Whipped in. There's loads underneath it. Courtois just comes and calmly claims amongst about 7 different players. It's going to take something special to beat the Chelsea keeper, I think, in this one. Oscar nicely through to Victor Moses, who's in behind here. Lemos comes across. Moses goes for the early shot, which is really ill-advised in that situation. Chelsea not had really a half-decent effort on goal yet. It's a nice tackle on Axel Witsel there as I was trying to play it over the top to Deulofeu. Eden Hazard driving forwards and still going. Eden Hazard, and he will hit the post. Lemos turns it away before the Belgian can get to the rebound, and Deulofeu doesn't have enough strength, but the referee deems that Azpilicueta used too much strength and fouled Deulofeu there, thankfully. That's the closest either side have come to a goal so far. Chelsea hitting the woodwork through Eden Hazard. Jovetic. He's going to have to go out wide to Iñaki Williams here. I'll try and roll Ivanovic. That's a lovely little turn to get past the Serb. We'll look to get inside Kurt Zouma here, and we haven't quite been able to do so. Zouma is a rock at the back for Chelsea in this game. I just cannot get past him. Witsel's done very well there. Try and squeeze this forward. Oviedo to McCarthy. Helping on its way to Barkley. I'm just going to go for a worldie because why the hell not? Courtois with a comfortable save, it has to be said, but still well tipped over the top. Who's going to win that header? Iñaki Williams, and it's wide and a goal kick. This is such an even game here. I have a funny feeling it may well end in a draw. Inside to Azpilicueta, who finds Oscar in the box. Good turn. Oscar, wide. Thankfully, he can't find the target, but that was a very good turn. I thought he was going to shoot on his left, and then he just completely spun me, but not on target. Can we get past Ivanovic? That's what I want to do. Trying to isolate him because, as you can see, he's just not quick enough to be able to deal with the pace of Iñaki Williams. And Courtois comes to punch that. Barkley brings it down and looks to volley it towards goal, but I really should have perhaps passed that off. But I'm going to try and isolate Ivanovic in this second half. And fingers crossed, the pace of Iñaki Williams can unlock the opposition defence the same way it did against Burnley. But at present, there is no unlocking. Both locks firmly jammed shut right now, 0-0 as we approach the hour mark. Mikel with a good touch to get away, and Mikel somehow gets in behind, and Diego Costa hits the base of the post. I just couldn't switch to the right defender to close Mikel down quickly enough. Lays it off to the Spaniard, who just smacks the woodwork. That's twice they've hit the post now in this game, Chelsea. They are causing me some real problems, but so far, touch wood, work, we haven't yet conceded a goal. Matic to Pedro, to Matic again. Not going to cross it very well on his right foot, I don't think, so I'm quite happy to let him go into this corner. He's pulled it back to Ivanovic. Oscar tripped over Axel Witsel. Pedro with a turn though, trying to just stop him from being able to get the shot off, but he's done very well. Tripped slightly, still going. Get the ball away from him. Diego Costa picks up on it. He's a little bit stronger than Pedro. Lovely ball over the top to Ivanovic. I was all about getting Iñaki Williams in behind Ivanovic, but now Ivanovic is in behind my defensive line. Matic wins that header as well. Cesc back to Matic. This is a real spell of pressure here for Chelsea. And I just can't seem to win any physical battles until Witsel steals it off your man there. Right, James McCarthy, just get away from Cesc. We'll go to Barkley. But McCarthy wins it back. Go out wide to Deulofeu. Right, we're in behind again. Turn inside Azpilicueta. Deulofeu's done well. And we'll keep going, driving towards the line. Pull it back. Jovetic misses the ball. Iñaki Williams shoots. Scores! Goal! Everton. Chelsea 1-0 down. He's made the difference again. Not using his pace at all this time. It was Deulofeu on the other side that used his pace. I made a point of saying I want to try and use Iñaki Williams to get in behind Ivanovic. It was on the other side that that tactic actually worked. Deulofeu in behind Azpilicueta. Great mazy run between the Spaniard and the Brazilian defender David Luiz. Pulls it back. Jovetic went for it, missed it. Drops to Iñaki Williams. Touch, finish, 1-0 Everton. Pedro's on the run. Gets it into Hazard. Dangerous this. Hazard with a cross. Away from Brian Oviedo. Well, not away from Brian Oviedo. Intercepted, but not necessarily away. Now it is, thanks to the header from Ashley Williams. Go to Idrissa, who's carrying a knock right now. Cross to Iñaki Williams. Looking for Enner Valencia. We'll poke it back again. Enner Valencia could get in behind, but he just didn't quite make the run. I was going to try and loft it over the top to him. We'll go short here, though, to Idrissa. Oh, I couldn't get it out of my feet to get it quickly enough to Deulofeu. We will get it across here to Seamus Coleman, though. That's a cross and a half. Enner Valencia with a woeful finish, but the final whistle goes, so it doesn't matter. Had it been 0-0 and Enner Valencia had finished like that with genuinely the final kick of the game, I probably would have blown my top. Thankfully, though, we were already 1-0 up thanks to the god that is Iñaki Williams. He's turning out to be the best player we have at the team in this final season rundown. We have one more game left today against Swansea. I'm not sure what that win against Chelsea does for the top four, though. That may have just sealed us Champions League football. I'll check the table as soon as it loads. As if my luck with injuries this season hasn't been bad enough already, Seamus Coleman has broken his collarbone in training and is out for 3 months. So he's not going to be available for the rest of the season, as is Lukaku, obviously. Lukaku's not going to be ready for the start of the next season. Thankfully, Seamus Coleman should be, but I can't quite believe that's happened, to be honest. Arsenal, the lead at the top, is now 7 points. They drew on match day 34, so we've closed the gap by 2. Chelsea and Manchester United both sat on 65. We are 11 points clear of City, and they only have 3 games left. So top 4 football, or top 4 position, guaranteed. We cannot be caught by anybody outside the top 4. Brilliant. Champions League football assured for next season. Now the aim is to make sure that we finish in the top 3 so that we can avoid that 4th qualifying round game and go straight into the group stage. So we want to avoid finishing in 4th. That's the next aim. We have an 8-point lead over Manchester United, and they have 9 points available to them. So win this game against Swansea, and we will be guaranteed 2nd place. And then it's a case of what happens with Arsenal, and the title might even be back in the picture. I never thought this would be possible on Legendary at the beginning of FIFA 17, but that's the situation we find ourselves in. Borja Bastone to Leroy Fer, skips past Ashley Williams, into Jack Cork, inexplicably passes it back to Leroy Fer, whose shot is deflected to Sergio Rico. Why would Jack Cork pass that? He was clean through. I mean, my defending was woeful, but he was clean through. And now Iñaki Williams trying to get away. Fred's closing me down, and we've gotten away from him. And Iñaki Williams, I turned into Jack Cork there. After doing terribly at one end, he's done brilliantly at the other. Fred's here, the midfielder, of course, formerly of Shakhtar, the Brazilian from the Ukrainian league, now here at Swansea. He's actually pretty decent as well, so I'm going to have to keep an eye on him. A very creative player, so we'll try and ensure that he doesn't see too much of the ball, at least too much of the ball in a forward position. I don't mind him having it in Swansea's own half, but this is the first time Ashley Williams has been back to the Liberty since moving to Everton, so hopefully we can help keep him a clean sheet on his return and get a win if we possibly can as well. Deulofeu trying to get in behind here. Eventually the ball stops bobbling around in front of him. Pull it back here to Mason Holgate, who's come in for the now injured, of course. Now for the injured Seamus Coleman, but we'll take a corner here. 10 minutes in. Just float it into the box. Keeper's calm, but will he get there? Yes, he will. Flappy Hansky not living up to the nickname there. Very safe hands from Lucas Fabianski. Here's Fred. Out to Barrow, who's got so much pace in the locker that we need to be careful here. Back to Jack Cork. Wrangle into... Oh, that turn from Jack Cork. That was outstanding. And he's just brushed off... Oh, if that had buried in the top corner, he just brushed off Axel Witsel as if he was a 6-year-old girl as well. And Axel Witsel's not a weak player, and Leroy Fer very nearly bends that into the top corner. That was close. Good move, Swansea. That turn from Jack Cork was unbelievable. Free kick for Swansea in a dangerous position. And he's just lofted it in. Sergio Rico comes to punch. Going to have to get there ahead of Neil Taylor, which we haven't done. And struck very well by the left back, but straight at Sergio Rico, thankfully. A comfortable enough save after a decently struck shot. Oviedo will switch this. And if Deulofeu can make a run down the line, which he didn't do, we might have been able to catch him on the counter. But Barkley will turn here if he get it to Jovetic. Witsel squeeze that across there to McCarthy, whose touch lets him down, and Barrow nips in. Still could be problems here at the back. Borja Baston just kind of bounces off James McCarthy. Leroy Fer, who arguably had Swansea's best chance of the game so far with that move that saw him just bend it over the top of the bar. Angle to Fledge. Good turn. Still going. Cork. Borja Baston. Good turn. Jack Cork. 1-0 Swansea. Great goal. They've put together some really nice moves in this game, and Jack Cork has been integral in all of them. And this time, he's the one on the end of the final chance to put the ball in the back of the net, and it was a very good finish. Jack Cork to Borja Baston, back to Jack Cork, and well. That's a great finish. Keeper was never going to save that. Sorry, Sergio Rico. He's nowhere near it either. We're 1-0 down here. This is not good news. Holgate. Deulofeu in behind. Right, chase. Bring it down into the box. Stand up the cross. And... oh, jeeps! Nearly an own goal as the defender chests it into his goalkeeper. And Borja Baston shows good strength. They refer across to Modou Barrow. Now catch me on the counter-attack here, Swansea. That's probably the closest we've come to a goal so far, to be honest. And it was nearly one of their players that scored it. They refer out wide to Modou Barrow. Barrow does well. Into Borja Baston to Fredge. Oh, good save by Sergio Rico. Close to 2-0 there. Axel Witsel's going to get booked here. It was a rather rash challenge. It definitely deserves a yellow card. But I made a couple of changes. Brought on Alfie Hill again. This is going to be his 10th appearance. So now we only need to improve his overall by a couple more to ensure that we meet the youth development expectation from the board. Drilled into the box there. Iñaki Williams will get it away. And Enner Valencia hopefully will take that in his stride, which he can't do. Tackles, though, the other defender with him. And here's Deulofeu. Across to McCarthy. I've not really got anywhere to go here, though. We'll go to Enner Valencia again. Then to... oh, Deulofeu. But Federico Fernandez cuts it out well. Right. Oh, we could be in. First time finish. Oh, good save by Fabianski. 17 minutes or so to go. Probably 18 including stoppage. But so far, still 1-0 down. Fair. Into Borja Baston. Alfie Hill gets the tackle in though. James McCarthy. I see Enner Valencia, but I just can't get it to him. Look to get in Deulofeu. I could maybe go back to James McCarthy here. And we'll look to get it to Enner Valencia, who will go to James McCarthy, who... oh, hits the bar. That's the closest we've come to getting an equaliser. That's the closest we've come to a goal all game, let alone getting an equaliser since Swansea took the lead. But it looks like it's not to be here. The Chelsea game was fantastic, but this one, the complete opposite. Enner Valencia gets caught there, and that's a free kick. But we've only got 3 minutes now to try and get that goal. McCarthy. It was meant for Deulofeu, but Iñaki Williams turns brilliantly. Now, what do I do with this ball? I'm going to pull it back. Oh! Brian Oviedo. I think we've got a corner. Oviedo's furious with Barkley, or vice versa. Oh, and it was on target too. What a block from Neil Taylor. That might be a game-winning tackle. Oh, and that's gone over everyone. Ashley Williams goes down. Iñaki Williams will chase this. Get it back into the box. And, oh, who's going to get there? Fred Williams. Across to Mason Holgate. It wasn't meant for him, but never mind. Through there to Deulofeu. Can't get the turn in. Iñaki Williams, make me the run, Brian. Get it to Oviedo. Stand the cross up. Witsel can't get there. Neil Taylor clears. And final whistle. A 1-0 defeat away from home against Swansea. Of all the games in today's episode, you thought we might drop points, it would have been the Chelsea one. But no. And it was just that one extra shot on target that made the difference. I think we deserved a draw from that one. We hit the bar as well. To be fair, Chelsea hit the post twice in the game against us, so maybe they deserve something from that one. So, swings and roundabouts, I suppose, is the phrase that could be used. But Chelsea haven't yet faced Middlesbrough, so we don't know what the situation with us is going to be heading into the final episode with regards second/third and first/second. Arsenal are champions. Arsenal have won the league with 3 games to go. They are 10 points clear with only 9 available. So Arsenal have won the Premier League for the first time in over a decade. Chelsea only have 2 games left now and are 7 points behind us. So we are also guaranteed second spot. Actually, no, we are not guaranteed second spot because Man United have also only played 35 games. We're guaranteed to finish above Chelsea, which means we are guaranteed at least third, but Manchester United could still catch us. So we will finish at least third, but probably second, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. At the bottom, wow, all 3 sides in the relegation zone are on 28 points. Leicester and Southampton have a game in hand. Burnley look done. 4 points is the gap to Middlesbrough, although obviously Leicester and Southampton could cut it to 1, both of them, if they win. Then you've got West Brom on 33 and Hull City on 34, and then there's a big gap to Bournemouth. The title race is complete. The race for second is still on. And the relegation battle really is very, very tight indeed, especially if Leicester and Southampton can get wins on match day 36. For now, though, that's going to bring this episode to a close. Do drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on the remainder of this season and further seasons of this series, the My Player series, or of course the Journey. Like I say, we'll be coming back to you again tonight. But for now, that's all from me. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.